Hey guys, welcome back. It's me, Gimpy. Here with turn one of Sniper's Den from the Heroes of Normandy campaign booklet. If you guys remember from my setup video, I rolled off to who I was going to be controlling, and it ended up being the Germans. And the British troops start with the initiative on turn one. All right, that's listed down in the scenario, so no need to roll off on it on this turn. And we can get cracking right at it. All we gotta do is draw one of our cards from our deck here. Just like that. Take our top card and we're gonna see what they're gonna do. Alright, let me pull this down here. Alright, no one is in this range of things here. It's range 1, range 2, close stuff, that's your priority. None of that is possible right now because everybody's still separated. There is no off-board artillery or anything like that. So we drop down to our secondary orders. Unit closest to the lowest firepower player unit fires. None of them have line of sight on any of my guys right now, so that won't work. Enemy unit closest to a player unit with an action marker. None of my guys have acted yet, so none of that. Shaken. We can stop there because no one's shaken. Started the game. So it goes down to execute victory conditions. This is where you get into your charts and you pretty much just walk through it. Remember when you're looking at these charts to pay attention to the top left and what icon you're using. Since the British is on the offensive on this game, I'm using the offensive side of the chart. So we're just going to walk it down. The offensive posture is a player unit within 3 hexes of a victory condition. Yes, the sniper's perch here is the victory condition. So since we say yes, we come over here. If a player unit is in line of sight, well, they're not, so they're not going to fire. If not in line of sight or range, move towards. All right, so they're going to move. I decided this set of units here is going to be the first one moving. And this chart here, when it looks like this, is going to tell you how they move when they have their little dynamic movements. And they're going to low crawl in this case. All right, because they've got a positive terrain modifier with the woods directly in front of them. They're going to want to move into that, but they're not going to want to just move into it so I can fire onto them. They'll be spotted that way. So we take and we move this little stack here. See if I can get the tongs to do right. There we go. I gotta get myself a better set of tongs. I don't like these too much. And we grab our low crawl marker. Bam. Just like that. First turn done. Or first move done. Working with the solo module. I like it. Alright. Now here's where I decide what I'm gonna do. I don't have any options unless I want to move towards them, which I don't because I've got good defensible positions here. And I can't see any of them. I have one here that's in line of sight to where I could possibly fire at it, but I would have to spot it first. That's the interesting mechanic with the tactical system here, is the whole spotting. If it's got a moved marker, fired marker, assault move marker, melee, stuff like that, they're spotted, but low crawl or stealth, they're not spotted, so you can't fire at them right off the bat. I'm going to take my hero that's here in this building and attempt to spot. There's a little chart right here on your sequence of play. Little chart here. It says spotting 1d6, 2 or less in blocking terrain. They're in blocking terrain in a forest. If they were in degrading terrain, it'd be a 3 or less. All right, and I can subtract any leadership modifiers or things of that nature from it. I'm not spotting with this group here because their line of sight passes through degrading hex, so it would add 1 to their roll, so effectively they could only roll a 1 to spot them. So it's a 1 or 2 to spot these guys, at which point I'll be able to fire at them. I don't know how well it'd do since there's not a whole lot of firepower in that hex, but let's see here what kind of roll I get on it. Alright, that ain't gonna work. They remain unspotted. Now, had I spotted them, I could take and fire on them with this unit or one of my other units, because spotting in and of itself doesn't constitute an action for the impulse, but you're only allowed to do it once per side, once per impulse, if you guys get what I'm saying here. So I can't attempt to spot anyone else. They're considered complete. They had their shot, they blew it. So now it's going to go back to the British. Let's draw our next card here, see what's going to happen with them. Alright, here's what we got. I'll pull it in the camera here. Again, no one's in close proximity yet. And we have this thing here that says execute counteractions. When you have counteractions, that's this funky looking little chart right here. Brown looking one. Again, make sure you're paying attention to what side you're on. And we're going to just do the same thing where we walk it down. Alright? Are there AEO, that's your opponent, your solitaire opponent units, off the map? No. Good order enemy weapon teams? No. Good order enemy vehicles? No. Gotta keep on going here. Good order multi-man counters in line of sight and range? No. So we're gonna go snipers on the map? No. And other side here, where are we at? Heroes on the map. Yes, there is. They do have a hero. Can hero damage a unit? No. So that hero is going to move towards the victory condition unless it's already occupied. Alright. Had we not had a hero, the counteraction actually would not have moved our other set of units here, because you see it goes towards medics, whoop, there it is, medics and other single man counters and things, but then it goes to here, go to the next order on the chart, or on the card. So we're going to also move our hero forward. He's the one that has the Piat and the special ability Rocket Man, I think it is. Let me grab a low crawl marker here, bam. Just like that, he's good to go. Let's see, what am I going to do here? Well, it's going to be another spotting chance, because right now I still don't have any other chance to hit these guys. So we'll take this group here, we'll try to spot. I don't know, I guess it really doesn't matter. There's degrading terrain in between both of them. I'm not going to have that clear line of sight, so we'll go for the hero since he does not have a leader in his hex, which will add a leadership modifier if I end up firing. So I'm going to roll on it. He's in blocking terrain, not degrading terrain, which means only a roll of one or more is, or one or less, excuse me, is going to spot him, unfortunately. And good God, if I had to roll 6, you guys watch this. Look, I rolled another dad blame 6. Watch it. When I'm actually firing at him or attacking him, it's going to be 1s across the board. When you need to roll low, you roll high. All right, so we're going back to. Let me mark them with an ops complete. If I can get it on there. All right, we're going to go to our next card for the British, and we've got same thing, priority units, none of that's going on yet, and we're back down to execute counteractions. Well, we remember from the counteraction thing, all we've got is the stack of leader with a leader and multi-man counters. So the counteractions aren't going to work for these guys. All right, y'all hold on for a second. I gotta grab something. All right, sorry about the little break there. My little boy had a real desire for a cup of juice, so I had to grab that for him here real quick. You parents out there will understand the children and their immediate need for whatever it is. All right, let's get back to it here. We have the card that we're looking at. Like I said, we already know that the counteractions isn't going to work for these units that we're attempting to move. So, enemy unit mounted in vehicle, no. Mounted in vehicle, no. No shaken yet. So we're going to go back to our execute victory conditions, which we know is going to cause these guys to move. So I already measured it out while I was off camera. They're going to have 1 to go there, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get into this building here, which will put them in line of sight there. Keep in mind, in this scenario, the bocages, which are here, are considered just hedges. There's no actual bocages. So we'll mark these guys with a moved marker, and it comes back to my turn. I'm going to take and fire at this unit, this group of units here, with the stack that I've got here. I've got a leader with a leadership modifier of 1 and 2 full squads, and 1 squad has an MG42, which has a firepower of 2. So adding all that together, that gives me a 5 against their terrain modifier of 3. So we're going to roll off on that and see what we get here. Alright, so this actually came out interesting. Where is it? There we go. So 3 each. Alright, which means they get a 6 and I get an 8. So they're going to roll on the direct fire table. Yeah, right here. Okay. And it's going to be against their morale. Alright. Let me break it down first. You can see now why I'm looking forward to switching to the X maps. When you have this tower of power stack of units here, you definitely want to have the X maps to have, you know, just an easier access to all the different units you got in there. All right. So we're gonna look at this. Where are we at? Good order, single man counter, and it's gonna be +2 on whatever they roll here. All right. His morale is a 6. So let's roll off and see what we get. 5 + 2, 7. All right. Where's that going to be at on here? All right. We are here. Causes the leader to become shaken, all right? Because it is greater than but not double what his morale is. It's good that we actually shook the leader, because now his leadership modifier isn't going to affect the rest of the guys. So let me roll off on the rest of them here real quick. All right, 4, 6, it's equal to, so no effect on the first set. There you go there. Equal to, they're gonna go there. Next one, last set of guys here, come on. Hurt them. All right, there we go, shaking. So that's good. We were able to shake the leader and where's the leader? I got him down there. Yeah. We were able to shake the leader and one of the other squads there. All right, and mark them as moved. I'll get all the guys stacked back up here. All right, there we go. We're all piled back up, ready to go. So we've not put any casualties, but we have hurt them a little bit. Mark them with fired here. And normally it would be the opponent's turn again. However, all their units are done, so that it's considered a pass. So I'm going to take one more shot here with the sniper, who's, remember, on the second level of this building, the only place that has, you know, a second level in this map, down onto these guys here. All right. So roll off on it. Unfortunately, his firepower is 0, so he's not getting a bonus, and they have a terrain modifier of 3, if you remember. So let's see what we get here. So, nope. They were able to win. Green was for the British units. They came out with a 5 versus my 3. So there was no effect. And we're going to mark him with a fired marker, and bam. Just like that, first turn is done. The British units have moved up into a concealed position here. They have good cover here, they have good cover here. They took some fire, shook some of their units in this building, but if they can rally their leader on the start of the second turn, they should have a good chance of rallying their other squad, and they do outnumber this group of units here. They're just out of range for the Piat that they have, though. This, I think it's this group. Do they have the Piat? Yeah, they got a Piat with them, and they're just out of range. They could put some hurt on those guys if they could use that support weapon, but they're not going to be able to use it at this point. But there is a buttload of them that can put some hurt on those guys. So I'm going to go ahead and stop it here and go ahead and get this edited and posted up for you guys. And then I'll pick up turn 2 right there at the initiative and the rally phase and all that good stuff. You guys take care. I'll see you in the next video.